All right, so you're thinking about moving to Winston-Salem. Let me go ahead and tell you this. This city has a little bit of everything. And depending on where you're coming from, it might surprise you in a good way. I work with a lot of folks relocating here for work, for family, or just because they want to change the pace. And the first thing they usually tell me is, Keon, I didn't realize that Winston-Salem had all this going on. And that's exactly what I want to walk you through today. Because buying a home here isn't just about finding a house. It's about understanding the vibe of the city, knowing where you're going to fit best, and making sure you don't overlook the little things that can make or break your experience once you're actually living here. My name is Keon Scholars with Real Broker LLC. I live here, I work here, I help people buy and sell homes right here in the Triad. And I'm not just here to sell you a dream. I'm here to give you the full picture so you can make the right decision for you and your family. So whether you're making a move in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. And if you've got questions while you're watching, don't wait. Call or text me. My contact information is in the description box and I'm easy to reach. Now, one of the things I love about Winston-Salem is that it has that sweet spot between bigger city feel and smaller town pace. If you've lived in like Atlanta, Charlotte, or even somewhere like DC, you're gonna notice right away that the traffic here is, let's just say, not that serious. Sure, you got some congestion during rush hour, but nothing that's gonna steal hours of your life every single week. At the same time, you're not stuck in a town where everything shuts down at 8 p.m. either. You've got restaurants, breweries, coffee shops, and events that keep the city moving. That balance is what really attracts a lot of professionals here that are looking to relocate. They want that breathing room, but don't want to give up the conveniences that they're used to. Let's talk about neighborhoods, because that's usually one of the first questions that I get. Where should I be looking if I'm moving to Winston-Salem? And the answer, it really depends on what kind of lifestyle you're looking for. If you want something that's more established, with larger homes, tree-lined streets, and that classic feel, we have neighborhoods that has beautiful older homes that carry a lot of character. And if you're someone who appreciates a home with history and personality, you're probably going to be drawn there. Let's touch on families. One of the things that people relocating here often want to know is, how are the schools? Now, I'll tell you straight up, school ratings can be a little tricky to interpret. You can look at great schools or niche, but sometimes the numbers don't paint the full picture. That's why I always recommend, if schools are important to you, to spend a little time visiting, talking to parents, and getting a sense of the community feel. The thing about Winston-Salem Forsyth County schools is that you got a wide range. Some areas are really strong, while others are middle of the road. But what's important is matching that to your family's needs. Now let's get into cost of living. Because if you're coming here from a bigger market, say California or even Charlotte, you're gonna find that your money stretches a lot further here. The median price here in Winston is still way below national average. And even in the higher end neighborhoods, you can often get a home with more square footage and land for less than what you would pay in the larger markets. And the property taxes here are also reasonable compared to other parts of the country. So for a lot of people, relocating to Winston feels like a financial upgrade because not only are they spending less, but they're also getting more. One thing I want to point out though, and this is where working with a local agent really matters, is that Winston-Salem is a market of pockets. And what I mean by that is that you can have one neighborhood where homes are going for a premium, and just a mile down the road, prices drop off pretty significantly. It doesn't mean that that area is necessarily better or worse, but sometimes it's just about desirability, access to certain schools, or even a reputation of the neighborhood. So, making sure you're plugged into what's going on locally is going to help you avoid overpaying or missing out on a hidden gem. Now, I know a lot of professionals who move here are also looking for a quality of life outside of work. So let's talk about that for a second. Winston-Salem is known as the city of arts and innovation, and it really lives up to that. You've got the Stevens Center, the Renota House Museum of American Art, and all kinds of galleries and performances happening throughout the year here. Downtown Winston has been completely revitalized over the past decade, so there are plenty of restaurants, bars, and spots where you can just hang out and enjoy. And if you're a foodie, you're gonna love the mix here. You've got the southern staples, of course, but you also have some really solid international cuisine. If you're more into outdoors, Winston-Salem has that covered too. We've got Salem Lake, which is perfect for running, biking, or just walking the trails. Pilot Mountain and Hanging Rock are both within an hour's drive. So if you're into hiking, camping, or just want a quick escape into nature, it's right there. And if golf is your thing, you're gonna find plenty of courses around here to keep you busy. Another thing I heard from a lot of folks that are relocating here is that they want to feel like they're a part of a community. And that's one of Winston's strong points. People here are friendly, approachable, and community oriented. Whether it's a neighborhood association, volunteer opportunities, or just getting to know your neighbors, you're not gonna feel like an outsider for long. And let me touch on the job market for a second, because even though you may already have a job lined up, it's always good to know what's around. Winston-Salem has a strong presence in healthcare. Wake Forest Baptist and Novant are major employers. You also got opportunities in finance, biotech, and even education. But one thing to note is that Winston-Salem isn't the kind of city where everyone has to commute 45 minutes just to get to work. Most people are within 15 to 20 minutes of their job, which again, just adds to the quality of life factor. Since we're talking about relocating, let me give you a heads up on a few things that can trip people up when they're buying here. Number one, don't assume that just because Winston is more affordable than where you're coming from, that you should automatically buy the biggest house that you can. Think about resale, think about maintenance, and think about what actually fits your lifestyle. Number two, pay attention to the property age. Winston has some incredible older homes, but with that charm comes some upkeep. Older plumbing, electrical, roofs, and so on. You want to make sure you go in with your eyes wide open. And number three, understand the pace of the market. Winston isn't as crazy as Charlotte or Raleigh in terms of multiple offers right now, but the good homes still move fast. So if you see something you love, don't sit on it too long. I also want to say this, relocating to a new city is more than just a house. You want to make sure that you're setting yourself up in a place that feels like home. I've had clients to move here for work, but the thing that really made them feel settled was finding the right neighborhood where they can meet people, feel safe, and build their routines. That's why I come in, because it's more than just about a transaction. It's about helping you land in the right spot for your lifestyle. At the end of the day, moving to Winston-Salem can be one of the best decisions you make if you do it the right way. You get affordability, you get balance, you get a community that's welcoming, and you get a city that's continuing to grow and develop. And the best part is, you don't have to figure this out alone. So if you're serious about relocating here, give me a call or shoot me a text. I'd love to learn a little bit more about what you're looking for, what your timeline is, and what I can do to make this transition as smooth as possible for you. Clients know that I'm not about the fluff. I'm gonna give it to you straight, help you avoid mistakes, and make sure you land in the perfect spot right here in Winston-Salem. So yeah, if Winston-Salem is on your radar, you're already on the right track. And let's make sure you land in the right home, in the right neighborhood, at the right time. Call or text me. I've got the keys, and I love to help you get settled here. And if this video helped you out, even a little bit, then tap that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Because I'm gonna keep showing up with content that helps people just like you become confident, educated homeowners. I've got more deep dives coming, whether you're buying, selling, or just learning. And make sure you watch this video, as it will help you with your home search. And when you're ready to make that move, just remember, Keon has the keys. I'll see you in the next one.